That's why I be listening. 'Cause what the brother has me realize is I'm just a spirit, man. That's pretty much what I am. I'm just a spirit in this physical plane. I'm not of the world, man. I'm dead to this fucking place. Hey, shalom. Shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, His only begotten Son, and the Holy Spirit. God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, my forefathers. The God of Israel, the rock of Zion, the rock that led us out of Egypt. It's all being told, it's all being predestined. We are the story. Salutations to the 1/3 and 144. So, I'm sitting here, right, in my tent. You know, and I've just been meditating today. See, I know that the world is passing away, right? All this shit is passing away, man. Everything. And I got a daughter. Uh, I don't know who exactly she's married to, but this dude's kind of a little psycho, a little crazy. But he's protective, and that's why she's married to him. And it's Adam and Eve. So the reason how I can stay focused and stay mentally stable is by reminding myself I am the story. Because without me having my heritage and having what I have, nigga, I would go fucking crazy. Insane. Everybody's watching, everybody's listening. See, you can never have no peace in this fucking place, man. Cameras every fucking where. Gang stalkers everywhere. But that's what you gotta understand, man. That's what you gotta know. So I wanted to read this real quick. Oh, watching our brother right there. I appreciate it, brother. I really do. You know, you helped me understand a lot about myself. And the iron is still here. The iron is still here. The clay is down there, which is the world. All this Brody shit. And then the iron's still here. That's my spirit. The reason why he's going to have me remain is because I'm one of his, man. I'm one of his chosen. I'm one of the elect. And even though that may sound crazy to this world, because the world ain't going to understand spiritual stuff, a few of the brothers actually do understand it, you know. And so, you know, I hold the brothers to a high regard, man. I really do. I really do. Don't mind my way I say things and the way I am. I've been traumatized in a way that I have to. I'm communicating the best way I can without all the extra stuff. But I wanted to read Job chapter 34. It says, Elihu vindicates the Lord's justice. We know the story of Job. He was a righteous man on the earth. You know, he had everything. Family, home, children. The Lord was pretty much testing him at all points to see if he was going to keep his integrity or curse the Most High and die. But he understood that not only just good comes from the Most High, also evil. He controls all sides. Whatever it's Satan, he controls Satan. Whatever it's the angels, he controls every angelic host. He controls everybody, man. You know, there's a scripture that says that when man waketh, you know, the Lord, he puts the instructions in their head. So, I mean, the way I look at it, the things I'm doing today is exactly what I told myself that I was going to be doing. It's all, that's the best way I can explain it. I don't know everything, but I know that part. I can see things play out in the quilt, and different stories pop up in different places. You know, this is how I know I'm Israel. It's the land. You got the church. You got the land. You got, you know, the more you know, the stronger you get. So I appreciate it, brother. I really do. You know, don't think that brothers aren't listening, man. Brothers are actually listening. You know. So this is Job chapter 34 and verse 1. It says, Furthermore, Elihu answered and said, Hear my words, O you wise men, and give ear unto me, you that have knowledge. For the ear tries words as the mouth tastes meat. And let us choose to us judgment. Let us know among ourselves which is good. For Job has said, I am righteous, and the Lord has taken away my judgment. Shall I lie against my right? My wound is incurable without transgression. This wound that I have is fucking uncurable, man. Every fucking day. I'm literally living this. It feels like a movie because it really is a movie. It's the Lord's movie. And so, I ask myself a lot, how the hell did I end up here? What the fuck am I doing here? And he tells me, well, everything you've done in your past 3 generations is what brought you to this point. I was doing it subconsciously, but now I'm conscious. I'm conscious of him because that is me. I'm guiding myself. I think that's the deeper understanding. It's not like we look at time, right? Time, slack you. Fucking spit on myself. Time doesn't exist. Days don't exist. It's just an everlasting continuum of me and myself. And so, do I have the ability to respond? The responsibility? Hell yeah. Do I have the Do I have the responsibility to guide and lead myself? Yeah. It's not easy, but I can do it. That's why I made it this far. Same thing with you brothers out there that are probably more deeper than me. Job 34 and verse 5. For Job has said, I am righteous, and the Lord has taken away my judgment. So I lie against my right, my wound is uncurable without transgression. What man is like Job, who drinketh up scorning like water, which goes in company with the workers of iniquity, and walketh with wicked men? For he has said, it profiteth a man nothing that he should delight himself with the Most High. Therefore hearken unto me, you men of understanding, far be it from the Lord that he should do wickedness, and from the Almighty that he should commit iniquity. For the work of man shall he render unto him, and cause every man to find according to his ways. Yet surely God will not do wickedly, neither will the Almighty pervert judgment. Who has given him a charge over the earth, and who has disposed the whole world? You're right there, Bear. Coughing over there. Okay, you're okay. If he set his heart upon men, if he gather unto himself his spirit and his breath, all flesh shall perish together, and man shall turn into dust again. Right, because that's what's happening. Dust is turning to dust, and the only thing that's going to be remaining is our spirits, man. That's it. All this distractions. See, everything. One thing that I know for myself is everything's a distraction. I'm not letting all these outside voices get into this house right here. This is the last war right here, the minds for the people. And so what does it say? All flesh shall perish together, and man shall turn again to dust. If now that has understanding, here it is, hearken to the voice of my word. So even he that hateth right govern, and wilt thou condemn him that is most just? Is it fit to say to the king that were wicked, and to princes you were ungodly? Why was Job saying all those things? Why was he doing all those things? Because he was in the bitterness of his heart, man. How much less to him that accepted not the persons of princes, nor regarded the rich from more than the poor? For they are all the work of his hands. In a moment shall they die, and the people shall be troubled at midnight, and shall pass away. And the mighty shall be taken away without hand. For his eyes are upon the ways of men, and he seeth all his goings. There is no darkness, nor shadow of death, where the workers of iniquity may hide themselves. For you will not lay upon man more than right, that he shall enter into judgment with the Most High. He shall break in pieces mighty men without number, and set others in their stead. Therefore he knoweth their works, and he overturneth them in the night, so that they are destroyed. He striketh them as wicked men in the open sight of others, because they turn not back from him, and will not consider any of his ways. So that they cause the cry of the poor to come unto him, and he heareth the cry of the afflicted. Will he give his quietness? Who then can make trouble? And when he hideth his face, who can behold him? Whether it be done against a nation or against a man only. And what is the Lord known as? He known as the God that hideth himself from Jacob. That's why it's about seeking him. That's what I'm doing pretty much at this point. I'm seeking him. I'm learning about my God as much as I can. I ain't gathering anything in the carnal realm, because all this shit is gonna perish. It's all about the eternal at this point, man. It says, or against a man only, that the hypocrite reign not, lest the people be ensnared. Surely it is meet to say unto the Lord, I have borne chastisement. I will not offend anymore. That which I see not teach me, and if I have done iniquity, I would do no more. So it be according to thy mind, he will recompense it, whether thou refuse or whether thou choose, and not I. Therefore speak that thou knowest. Let men of understanding tell me, and let a wise man hearken unto me. Job has spoken without knowledge, and his words were without wisdom. My desire is that Job may be tried unto the end because of his answers for wicked men. For he addeth rebelling unto his sin. He clappeth his hands among us and multiplies his words against the Most High. So this is pretty much the counsel that his friends were all telling him. But let's see what happens at the end of Job. Because Job, he understood. Bear, what are you eating? Yeah, Job, he understood that it was the Most High that was doing this to him, man. And he kept his integrity. He didn't listen to his woman. He didn't curse the Most High and die. He kept his integrity, man. Job 42:10. He tells his friends, offer a sacrifice, and so the Lord doesn't destroy him. God restores Job's fortunes, and the Lord turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. Also, the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. Then came there unto him all his brethren and all his sisters and all they that had been of his acquaintance before, and they eat bread with him in his house, and they bemoaned him and comforted him over all the evil that the Lord had brought upon him. Every man also gave him a piece of money, and everyone an earring of gold. So the Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning. For he had 14,000 sheep, and 6,000 camels, and 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 she asses. He had also 7 sons and 3 daughters. 7 sons and 3 daughters. What do I have? 7 sons and 3 daughters. Then he called the name of the first Jemima, and the name of the second Keziah, and the name of the third Keren Hespush. And in all the land were there no woman found as fair as the daughters of Job, and their father gave them inheritance among their brethren. And after this lived Job 140 years, and saw his sons, and his sons' sons, even 4 generations. So Job died being old and full of days. Before I go out, let me get that word for Job. See what Job means. Right, Job equals hated. Wow, do I not feel that? Of course I do, man. Hated of the world. A patriarch, the subject of the book of Job. The patriarch famous for his patience. Job. Wow. That's an omen. But pretty much with that's going to be the whole video. Just to be able to communicate with you brothers, man. He's revealed to me that I am. And so, just like the Lord, he didn't forsake Israel in the time of the wilderness, is the same way now he's not going to forsake his people. Let's all the nations start to say this and say that. I'm learning how to utilize this power and this understanding to the maximum, man. All praises to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel. You brothers out there endure and keep the faith. Shalom.